Hey friends, and welcome to Chapter 5, Section 6, Add Linear Expressions. Okay, the nice thing is we're adding. The next section is subtracting linear expressions, and that is much more challenging. So, adding linear expressions, basically a linear expression has one variable and it's not raised to any powers. So it's not like squared or cubed or fourth to the fourth, whatever that is. Okay, so and then one other thing just to keep in mind, tomorrow adds in an extra difficult step, but this one, just remember that can only add and subtract, which is what we're doing on this assignment, like terms. They have to match. The variable has to match, or lack of variable. Okay, so with that, I was going to give you examples of linear expressions and nonlinear expressions, and then I got all excited about, yay, let's do problems. Some examples of linear expressions. I'm going to write these above, or to the side. I don't know. So linear expressions are things like 5x, 2x minus 7, 1/3 x plus 4, something like that, okay? It's one variable and it doesn't have any squared or powers. Counter examples, things that are not linear expressions. Here's a little chart to show you. So see how nonlinear, it's got two variables, or that's raised to the third power or to the fourth power. So those are nonlinear, and we'll talk about those probably in 9th grade. For now, we're going to focus on linear. And linear meaning lines. So when we actually get to an equation, those are going to be linear equations, and they'll actually you can graph lines. All right, let's just do some examples then. Really what this is doing is combining what we did yesterday with simplifying and then throwing in some distributing as well. So let's just try some of these. I don't think it's going to be too bad. So 2x plus 3 plus x plus 4. Okay, so we have two linear expressions, and we are going to add them together. So tomorrow we're subtracting. That adds another level of stress. But for right now, because it's adding, and we don't have any numbers outside the parentheses to multiply through, so really we can just get rid of these parentheses. And so if it helps your brain, 2x plus 3 plus x plus 4. And now we can just do what we did yesterday, which means we'll put our two x terms together. 2x plus 1x is 3 x's. And then 3 plus 4 is 7. Done and done. I should quit saying that. I don't know why I started saying that. All right. Anyway, so we're kind of combining what we did yesterday and the day before. We'll get to some that have some distributing. Let's play around with some negatives first. This one's 2x minus 1 plus x minus 5. Okay, and then remember that subtracting is the same thing as adding the negative. So if it makes your brain feel better, we can rewrite this because we don't have any numbers outside our parentheses to multiply through, so we can just get rid of the parentheses. So 2x, and then we could write it plus -1 plus x plus -5. Now, if you don't need to do that step, then you don't have to do that step. I'm hoping you can get to a point where you see a minus and you just know that that means the number that comes after it is negative. Okay? But from here, I mean, it definitely makes it super clear, right? And we can add, again, we got 3x again. That's weird. I'm redundant. So 2x plus x is, again, 3x. -1 plus -5 is -6. Okay? Next, oops, sorry. Next problem. Let's see. X minus 4 plus -2x plus 1. Okay? So we've got a -2x, +1, -4, +x. Okay? So we can, again, we don't have any numbers outside our parentheses or negatives. So we could just get rid of the parentheses. Woo. X minus 4. And really, we'll do plus -2x just because it's already written that way, plus 1. Okay, so x and -2x, so we've got 1. I'm going to go down 2. That puts us at -1x, but we won't write the 1. We just put -x. But that's the same thing as -1x. But we just don't write the 1. It's Ninja 1. And then looking at the constants, we've got -4 and +1, so we're at -4. We go up 1, and that gets us at -3. Number 4, now this is where we're going to throw in some distribution. We're going to distribute. We've got 6 times x plus 7 plus x plus 3. Okay, so this is a case where we're really glad that we've got distributing, because otherwise we couldn't do any math with this. But because we can distribute that 6 through, so we can get rid of the parentheses, and then we can do our simplifying. So first step is we're going to remember our distributing. So we're going to do 6 times x, which is 6x, and then 6 times 7, which is 42. And then this one doesn't change, and there's nothing on the outside of that one, so we can just get rid of the parentheses. We don't even have any negatives, so that's not a problem. So we put our variables together. 6x plus x is 7x, and 42 plus 3 is 45. Okay, fancy trick. Need some water. Good thing we're almost done, huh? Alrighty, a couple more with some distributing. We can have 12x plus 19 plus 2x minus 10. Okay, so in this case, the first one doesn't have anything happening to it, but the second one we need to distribute that 2 through. So the first one, I'm gonna, because there's no negatives over here involved, I can get rid of the parentheses. So 12x plus 19, and then 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times -10 is -20. Okay, then we can put our variables together. 12 plus 2 is 14x. 19 minus 20 ends us at -1. Okay. There we go. Next question. There are a couple story problems that, let me just check. We don't have any distributing of negatives yet. That's tomorrow. Okay. So this question, it's going to ask for, we got a triangle. And it wants us to find the perimeter, which is the adding up the outside edges per meter. And this side is 3x minus 3. And this side is 2x plus 9. And this side is 5x. Okay, so perimeter just means we're going to add up all of the sides. So we need to write them all down in addition. So 3x minus 3 is the first one, plus 2x plus 9, plus 5x is the last one. Now, really, again, because we don't have a number to distribute or anything, I didn't really even need the parentheses. So I'm just going to go ahead and look right at my matching variables. We've got 3 plus 2 is 5, plus another 5, 10x. And then we got negative 3 plus 9 is positive 6. Okay, pretty quick lesson. Again, just combining the stuff that we've done in the last couple of days. There you go.